So this is going to be a bit of a redo or sort of a part 2 to a video of mine I've made back in the day called the Commentaries schism. That video was basically me discussing how certain commentary YouTubers leeched off of each other to get views while also making the lowest quality content possible. And in a weird way, it's almost more relevant now than it ever was. So I mentioned that it's more relevant than ever, and I mean that with a lot of commentary channels now. Obviously not all of them are like that. There are commentary channels out there that do still actually put effort into their content, but a lot of them have resorted to just making absolute shit videos ever since the adpocalypse hit and ad rates have been at the lowest they've ever been at. One of these YouTubers in particular I can think of is by the name of ImAllexx, who I also mentioned in the commentary schism video because even back then, just as true as it is now, he was an absolute fucking leech that provided absolutely nothing to the commentary community. Aside from a few rape allegations, of course, that proved to be absolute bullshit in the end. So if you haven't heard of ImAllexx, well, consider yourself lucky, first of all. ImAllexx is one of many commentary channels back in 2016 and 2017 who blew themselves up off of the fame of other commentary channels. Like many of these channels, ImAllexx has done literally nothing to actually benefit the commentary community. And I mean, it was even worse now because back in the day, what he would do is just comment about YouTube drama, which I know in and of itself isn't a bad thing. The way ImAllexx would do it would just make absolutely no sense. He wouldn't do any kind of critical analysis or ask some questions that might actually, be thought-provoking. He would just talk really slow, like this, while making the most surface-level observations to stretch the video out to 12 to 14 minutes long in order to appease the YouTube algorithm, while also making the lowest effort shit possible. ImAllexx sort of represents a larger issue in the commentary community right now. It's an issue that's been plaguing the community ever since YouTube drama stopped being a huge thing back in 2017 and 2018, because that's pretty much when everyone ran out of video ideas. And that issue is making the most content out of the least interesting shit imaginable. Case in point, look at his whole channel. It's literally just him reacting to TikToks like every other fucking YouTuber does nowadays. I'm not saying reacting to TikToks is necessarily a bad thing, but he adds nothing of his own and has no substance in his videos. ImAllexx has basically reached a point where he is a somewhat marginally better version of Jinx, but only slightly. Oh, and he'll occasionally hop on hate trend bandwagons because he has nothing else to fucking do on his channel. I mean, do what you gotta do to get views, but for the love of God, man, actually make some good content. If you're gonna hop on a bandwagon as a commentary channel, at least try to make some interesting points or be a little bit insightful. OMG, little mouse, so quirky. I know commentaries have fallen off pretty hard since 2017, but Jesus fuck, this is a new low. Even by my standards, and I haven't been making the best videos as of late, if I'm being completely honest with myself.
There's been a lot of stuff going on that's TikTok related recently, to do with the Hype House and various other houses. And one of the impending problems that we're going to be having on social media, which also affects me and you, and not just rich white kids with their shirts off.
Ever notice how every one of these fucking commentary channels makes the exact same editing choices and production style as literally every other channel? Like, add in the most ridiculous sound effects over an annoying ass intro, make zero effort to be funny, or have extremely cringy jokes being your source of humor on your channel.
But we're also going to lose frog TikTok and alternative TikTok.
Oh my god, sad piano, that's totally a joke that hasn't been done to that since 2015. These channels try so hard to be funny, and so hard to be entertaining. But at the end of the day, they miss the greater point of commentary channels, and that point is to provide insight on certain topics or issues. I'm sorry, there's no way you can tell me that a 15-minute video about the Hype House surviving during the coronavirus pandemic is somehow even remotely insightful. Jesus Christ, this entire video is him making one point and then spending the next 30 to 40 seconds making some really cringe-inducing jokes. Yeah, we get it, you're quirky and funny. It's a minute and 40 seconds into the video and you haven't even gotten to the meat and potatoes of what you're trying to talk about. Fucking hate when channels do this shit, and it's sad that the commentary community has become like this too, where the substance of your video is so fucking razor thin that you have to throw in so much filler and bullshit just to make it even a remotely lengthy video. But Austin, can't they just make that video shorter so it's not so fucking trash? And you would be right, except that would require these people actually editing their videos, which is something that they can't do. Also, if their videos were shorter, they'd get less watch time, and the algorithm doesn't like that. And you can't put mid-roll ads on a 5-minute video either. So let me summarize this 15-minute piece of dog shit for you. He spends the first 3 minutes of the video kind of introducing himself, kind of introducing the topic, basically just beating around the bush the whole time. Then he gets into like a 1-minute sponsor bit, which, okay, some YouTubers have to do that nowadays to get by. I don't really mind that as much as a lot of other people do. But you read the title of the video, and you would think this video would mostly have to do with the Hype House. Except it doesn't. The thing that could end the Hype House is other TikTok groups that are also springing about that are basically just copycats of the Hype House. Like, I don't exactly understand how the hell that could end the Hype House. He talks really slow with a lot of spaces in between his sentences to stretch the video all the way out to 15 minutes. And the icing on the shit cake, he spends the last good minute and a half plugging his outro. Like, I'm sorry, no YouTuber on this platform needs a minute and a half outro. Like, maybe you got more stuff to promote, which I understand that's pretty understandable. But if that's the case, just make it quick. You don't need to have a minute and a half outro with shit tons of annoying ass effects just to get your point across. It isn't necessary. Like, I'm legitimately offended. I am upset as a viewer that I got clickbaited into watching such a boring ass video. It's one thing if you get clickbaited and the video you're watching is at least somewhat entertaining. Like, you could make the argument that Mr. Beast uses a lot of clickbait because he spices up his titles and thumbnails a lot. But at the end of the day, his videos are still incredibly entertaining and captivating. I don't exactly get how this type of content justifies this kind of clickbait. So in summary, ImAllexx makes some very awful content. But at the end of the day, ImAllexx represents a larger issue in the commentary community right now. Ever since YouTube drama stopped being a big thing 2017-2018, channels like ImAllexx and ImAllexx have been struggling to make any kind of content with what they have to work with. But you see, unlike channels such as ImAllexx and other people similar to him, ImAllexx has absolutely no fucking charisma and no talent as a video creator. And why should we expect him to? He basically blew up his channel by riding off the coattails of channels like Pyrocynical, channels who are much more entertaining, much better at editing, and can actually construct a solid point in their videos. ImAllexx has effectively been leeching off of these people since 2016 in order to build his own audience, while also doing some really snakish shit, like pushing forward the rape allegations and get Zaptai, even though they were complete bullshit. And when he got called out for this type of behavior, he issued a really shitty apology. This was a channel that back in the day used to call out this type of behavior, but now that ad rates are at their lowest and YouTube's been cracking down on edgy content, channels like ImAllexx have had to resort to making the shit content while also pushing the moral high ground bullshit that they were able to get away with back in 2016. Except it isn't 2016 anymore, and this time around, they're the ones making shitty videos. Leave a like if you enjoyed, dislike if you didn't, subscribe for more. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.